wilding on the history of Master P, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing with up north dudes. They don't necessarily recognize the contribution that people like Master P, No Limit, people like Cash Money and Birdman and Slim and Wayne, like, you know, Scarface, Rap A Lot. They don't recognize the contributions and how big of a thing it was. Matter of fact, the contributions were so big that New York and up north wanted to emulate the hustle. And you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people still to this day, you know, have doubts about the South. But I'm going to let y'all hear it from Joe Budden's mouth, and then I'm going to come back with some more commentary on this.
Again, I don't even think it's No Limit Records. I think it's No Limit, like, I don't.
You got Master
think
P.
we get into. He has a story though.
He has
really
a story.
does.
And also,
I was about to say,
And it's a dope ass story.
and it also
well, if you
depends
told me
on-
this was a Master P story on him from childhood and how he did it, I may have a different take. I may.
I think that that's what Ice's point is. I think that that's the way it's going to start, is showing the development of how Master P came to be him. And then later on is when the acts,
it get picked up for season 2.
It's just like
3,
Wu-Tang,
4.
like just like Wu-Tang. A lot of people don't know about that Prince Rakim and the they don't know that.
True.
But that was season what, 1?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't get to
it-
season 2. I think ended with, or season 2 was 36 Chambers, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Snoop down with No Limit at one
Yes.
point? Yeah.
And Snoop tells the story to this day of how P saved his life.
P changed his life. He credits all that shit to P.
You don't think C Murder
I don't
story?
see it.
You don't
Nah,
think
I don't
I'm
see.
asking you.
I don't see it. I'm
See
telling you.
Murder neither?
I don't see it. I don't see the care from the public. I don't want
I'm down
to.
for
I don't want to
money.
keep talking about it,
Yeah,
make it sound like I'm saying something
No,
bad.
no,
But
no,
I
I
don't.
get it.
I don't see it.
I get it.
All right, cool.
What network is this coming on? That'll let
And
me
that-
know.
that's
That'll
gonna
let me
say a
know
lot.
the ratings expectations,
That's gonna say a lot.
and then I could look at it different.
It's gonna be on his own
Or let
network.
you know
so
If
where
this is
one
on
track.
Zeus, then I take all of this back.
Now, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You know, just because you may think that he's going to put out some I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. Before I even say anything else, sometimes Joe does things for clickbait. And I believe this is one of those things for clickbait. I mean, don't disrespect the legacy of the South because you think that it won't sell. The same thing could have been said about Wu-Tang. You know what I mean? But at least give these Southern people a chance, these Southern artists, these Southern things a chance. And you know, the South is a large part of the world's not the world, but the U.S.'s population. So why are you gonna say that he ain't gonna have a base? He may not have a base. New York may not want to fuck with it at all. But even the Midwest and the West Coast, man, P was the man in the South and on the West Coast. So he has an audience and a core base that's gonna watch that. Especially if you know the history of how P came up going from Louisiana to California. So I vehemently disagree with Joe Budden's statement. And everything doesn't... See, this is the reason why New York loses. New York loses because they think everything is centered around New York. At one point, yes, it was. But once everybody start getting their own thing going, you know, you have to move out the way and let other people do their thing. And that's why the South does not lose that often, because we give people a shot. No, it ain't no more the gatekeeper thing, and you can't do this unless you rock with New York or unless you have a New York artist. It's artists that go platinum and never did a song with a New York person or a New York artist or dealt with any New York label. That's the thing Joe is underestimating. And I hate when Joe has these takes where it's an uninformed take on the rest of the world or the rest of the country, or a New York take doesn't necessarily mean that's a take solid. I wouldn't diss the Wu-Tang or G-Unit series or BMF. I wouldn't diss it. I'd be like, yo, let's get this money. Let's see what it do. You know what I mean? Like, again, this content over everything play that Joe does is so lame, because you might be talking executive out of working with Master P just because you think you saying some crazy shit. Like, let these people live, let these people eat. You eating, let everybody else eat. And that's what I can't stand about Joe Budden. I listen to his podcast, but I can't stand that about him. Like, if you at the top of your game, you ain't got to worry about who anybody else's hustle. Support it if you're a real black man. But I like, Master P has been around for a long time. Yes, he did some good things, he did some bad things, but overall, it's a legacy that you can't fuck with. And that's my bottom line. I don't know, I went off on a tangent, but I meant to be more funny. But it's one of those things where let's give respect where it's due. New York always want their respect, man. Give the South some respect, man. Hey, this your boy DJ Cree. I'm out, man. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Joe Budden is right for dissing Master P and saying nobody wants to listen to it, or do you think he's over just doing this content over everything bullshit he normally do? Let me know what y'all think, man.